In today's lesson, we'll be learning about rate of change and initial value, with a focus on table of values. As discussed previously, a linear relation is really just a pattern, and that can be represented with an equation, y equals rate of change multiplied by x plus the initial value. In this table of values, we have time in hours and earnings in dollars. As you can see, the more hours you work, the more money you make. The initial value is $0, since that is the initial amount of money you have when you've worked 0 hours. However, the rate of change is a little bit more complicated. Many of you would say that the rate of change is 30, since it is increasing by $30 each time. However, that would be incorrect, as the number of hours isn't increasing by 1, they are increasing by 2. Which means you are earning $30 for every 2 hours. However, we don't care about how much money you make for every 2 hours. I want to know how much money you make for every 1 hour. The rate of change is really just a ratio. So if I am making $30 every 2 hours, I want to know how much money I'm making for every 1 hour. There are different ways to solve this ratio. You can use mental math or you can use cross multiplication. I'm going to use mental math here. So if I make $30 for every 2 hours, that means I'm going to make $15 for every 1 hour. This means that my rate of change is 15. At this point, you can represent the situation with an equation. Instead of writing rate of change, I'm going to write 15, since you make $15 for every 1 hour. Meanwhile, the initial value was 0, since if you work 0 hours, you're going to make no money. Therefore, this situation can be represented with the equation y equals 15x plus 0, where y represents your earnings in dollars and x represents the time in hours.